What do you do if you're a digital nomad with a US-based business? Are you obligated to pay taxes to each country you travel plus the United States? And that depends, right? It depends on the nature of your business. If you are US exposed, obviously you're going to be paying tax on your worldwide income. That is non-negotiable. Unless there's no way to reduce that or eliminate that really, unless you're willing to think about Puerto Rico or you're willing to give up your US passport or green card. But that aside, the US side is non-negotiable. What if you are traveling around? You need the same steps that I explained in answering Camille's question will need to be done in this case as well. You need to look at each country in which you're traveling to and figure out whether you are triggering tax nexus, what we call nexus, which is a taxable presence in that jurisdiction. If your presence there does trigger nexus and you are taxable, then yes, the correct thing to do is file and pay taxes. Now, before COVID-19, a lot of this is before and after. So before the pandemic, people would do visa runs and they would move around, I've met perpetual nomads, people that they live on a yacht. They've done well. They've exited from whatever deal they were in. They live on a yacht, or they just travel around and they live from hotel to hotel. They live that lifestyle. It is possible in a scenario like that where you're constantly moving, but you're US exposed. You're filing and paying in the US only, but not in any other jurisdiction. Now we live in the post-pandemic reality. So people are moving more slowly than before. In that case, you need to look at the jurisdiction. As I mentioned earlier, most jurisdictions tend to be 183 days. But other jurisdictions may say, well, 183 days to become a tax resident. But if you are working in our country, we want to tax you. And we've seen a recent case in Bali, Indonesia, where, again, it's been around for a while, but for whatever reason, and there's politics in that, but the point is someone was deemed to be working online, doing whatever they're doing online, and they were quite visible in promoting their business online while working from Bali as a US citizen. As a result, they were detained on a number of issues, one of which is my understanding is that they were deemed to be working because Indonesia is one of those jurisdictions which is very, very particular. If it is you enter Indonesia, you have to check on that arrival form. Why are you there? Their definition of a tourist is very, very strict. It's unlike the US. You can enter the US as a tourist before COVID-19, of course, and you can attend business meetings, you can do a seminar, whatever the case may be. If you enter Indonesia and you see you're entering as a tourist, you cannot attend any business meetings. You should not be working. So this person was deemed to have been working, and that was one of the issues that they had. Singapore is like that. If it is you enter Singapore as a tourist, why are you in an office? Why are you sitting behind a desk? And there have been issues around that. So it really depends on the jurisdiction. You just make sure that once you're in a given jurisdiction, you understand the immigration rules and you understand the tax rules. And we are in unprecedented times. Countries' nationalism is at a high. Unemployment numbers are rising, so politicians and locals, of course, and understandably so, very protective of jobs. And if you don't want to break the rules, because more so than ever before, there's a greater chance of being held to account. That's the point. So if you need to pay taxes, pay your taxes.
Please subscribe, like, share, and comment below. Our books and upcoming events are available at htj.tax. Email us at help@htj.tax to engage us, to advise on international tax or business matters.